Join the team.
Hey team, it's McGuire Review, and today we're going to take a look at Wizkids' new Icons of the Realms Archdevils set. Now this is kind of a unique, interesting set they've come out here with recently, which has all three of the Archdevils there, which would be Baal, Bel, and Zariel. Now, if you have played the Avernus campaign, or if you are looking to play the Avernus campaign, this is probably going to be very interesting to you. Specifically the Zariel. I mean, all three of them, yes. But specifically that Zariel. There on Band of Badgers, we did a full, well, not a full, I mean, pretty much a full run-through of that campaign. We did it, I can't remember an exact, maybe 12 episodes, if I remember right. It was a great time. I played old Jack Toonhammer. You want to check that out and see what happened when we ended up facing the mighty Zariel, because in that campaign you will, and I'm not going to spoil anything or give anything away there, but there are some, you know, different types of outcomes, and you'll have to watch and check that out if you want to see how we fared against Zariel. Zariel is no joke. So let's get all three of these out here. They do all three just come in that single plastic. I'll get these out of the way. There, and you've got all three. Now each one of them, and you'll see, we'll load up the side-by-side miniature cam here in a second. Each one of them is noted there on the bottom. There is no number. It's just their name there at the very bottom, kind of etched in white. And I will say, in looking at these particular sculpts, they're done really well. I would definitely consider these to be a much higher premium sculpt and paint than what is generally in the blind box. I don't know, some may disagree, some may agree, but I see this definitely being a higher quality, more premium sculpt in the way that it looks and all the detail that's put into the models. I absolutely love the wings they've got on Zariel and how they did those. When I first saw this, I thought, you know, they should have used a richer red, but I absolutely love that yellowish burgundy, like amber. Amber's the right word, kind of that amber coloring that they have when I got it out of the pack here, and how that just kind of hits the light. Just see that kind of coming at you sitting on the table as a player. It really looks amazing. And how they did that crown that's a little bit more orange in it. Just looks really good. And the eyes and the paint on the face, it looks really, really amazing. One thing that is interesting about this sculpt is Zariel does not have the sword, which, again, I don't want to give anything away from the campaign, which does make sense up to a certain point. So you'll see there carrying kind of this big mallet, which is pretty cool, and that's kind of part of the campaign as well. So that's Zariel. Let's take a look here at Bel. Bel's looking pretty deadly. I mean, this is more of your traditional kind of, you know, demon-style looking creature with the horns, the wings, the kind of the tail, the scales kind of look. This big flaming sword is really cool, and it is close. It's very, very close to the same exact look as the crown that's on Zariel here. So it's got a little bit of orange to it as well as that yellow, and a really, really cool sculpt. One thing that makes this one unique is like all the little heads sculpted all the way around, kind of making up this belt. That's pretty gruesome. So check that one out on the close-up cam. That's kind of frightening. Like if this was to put down that you have to face this or interact with this in some way, then the campaign, that's something to joke around with as well. And then we have Baal here, which looks pretty awesome in the way that they've got this particular model sculpted, which is more of like a Minotaur-looking sculpt. Got kind of the skeletal belt as well, but it's the skulls, versus here it's like literally just the heads, with carrying this like giant sort of Morning Star type weapon. I absolutely love the weapon and how they did the weapon on this sculpt. It's got all this like kind of swirly scripting on it, which is done really, really well. They could have just left that solid and it still would have looked good, but all the extra scripting and sculpting on that really, really brings it out. When I look at all three pieces, For some reason, this one right here really stands out to me, just in the dynamic posing, the sculpting. I love there at the back I love how they made the cape almost go completely horizontal versus actually kind of hanging down or blowing in the wind like they do a lot of times. The cape is almost completely horizontal with just the kind of the tathers at the end and the holes through it, with the hair as well. So it's almost like this giant gust of wind. It adds a lot of dynamic pose to the sculpt. It really does. So this one's done particularly well in this set. So that's it, team. That's the 3 sculpts that come in this particular set. If you see it and you're going into Avernus, or you're thinking about an Avernus campaign, or maybe you've played an Avernus campaign and you just want one of these sculpts to kind of represent the memories that maybe you had when you were in that campaign, then this set's probably for you. So hit that like, hit the subscribe below to join the team. Keep rolling them crits. This has been the McGuire Review. See you next time.